Hello, Legacy students. Today we're going to look at percents. What you're going to want to have around you. You're going to want your notebook, writing utensil, and then, of course, your calculator today. Your learning goal. I can solve percent problems using proportions. So now you're probably saying, well, what are we going to use proportions for? Well, we're going to use what's known as the percent proportion. So you can represent A is P percent of B using a percent proportion, aka A divided by B equals P over 100. I like to consider it is over of equals percent over 100. So you see how P is not P. Silly. See how A is right beside is and of is right beside B. So whatever number is right beside is your A, and whatever's right beside your of is your B. And then P is right beside percent, or is usually going to have a percent sign. So let's try a few problems like this. So I got the first problem. What percent of 56 is 32? So I'm going to go is over of, right? So looks like is 42 and of is 56. So is over of 42 over 56 equals x over 100, because I'm trying to find my percentage, right? So let's figure this out. 100 times 42, that is 4200. 56 times x is 56x, right? Using cross products again, let's divide by 56. 4200 divided by 56 is 75. So it is 75%. So 42 is 75% of 56. Let's try a second problem. What percent is 90 is 54? So is of. So is 54. 90 is of. So I need to know my percent, right? So we're going to call it x. Let's do a cross multiplication. So 100 times 54 is 5400. And 90 times x is 90x. So it looks like I need to divide by 90 to solve for x. And we will get, quickly on my calculator, looks like x equals 60. So this would be 60%. Not too hard once you figure out how to do the setup. Let's take a look at another problem. What percent of 40 is 2.5? So is of. So is over of equals x over 100. So 2.5 times 100 is 250. And 40 times x is 40x. Looks like I need to divide by 40. So 250 divided by 40. We know it's got to be a small percent, which is only 6.25%. It's really tiny. 2.5 out of 40, that's a really tiny amount. What does this look like? Well, here's an actual story problem that you would use percents for. So if you ever go shopping, and I have this dress shirt, it normally costs $38.50, but it's on sale for 30%. So what's the sale price of this shirt? So let's find what 30% of $38.50 is, and then we're going to subtract, right? So this one's a little hard to set up. Well, I know the original price is the of part, right? Because what percent is dent of dent? So of needs to be the original price. So my is got to be the sale price, right? So x over 38.50, and I have the 30% off, so 30 over 100, right? Because there's 100% in percents, or 100% is the highest you can go. So I got 100x equals 38.50 times 3 is 1,155. Looks like I need to divide by 100. So I'll get x equals 1155. Now, you're probably saying, that's a really cheap dress shirt. No, that's how much money I'm getting knocked off. So that's the 30% at $38.50. So let's find out how much money I'm actually going to pay for it. So if this is the amount of money I'm getting off the shirt, I need to subtract, right? So 3850 minus 1155 is, once I do my subtraction, looks like I got a 5 there because I got to borrow. 7, 9, 6, 2. So it looks like it's $26.95 for my shirt, ultimately. Let's try the last problem. 120% 5% of what number is 17.5? So it looks like my of is my x, because I don't know the number. But my is 17.5. So I'm going to go is over of. So my is 17.5. Of is x. Now my percents is 125 over 100. Now assume our number is going to probably be smaller, right? Because 17.5 is 125% of some kind of number. Let's multiply. So 175 times 100 is 1750. And then 125x. Let's divide by 125, right? Because we're going to solve for x. And we will get x equals 14. So basically 100% and then a quarter of 14 as well was added on. And that's the end of this video. See you later, savers.